everyone has a reason for why they go to the gym, why they train, why they work out. For me, I enjoy the process, the challenge, the fact that the amount of effort, the amount of work you put into it has a pretty strong correlation of the outcome eventually over time if you're willing to put in the time. And I would say probably 60 to 70% of the people who start lifting, especially in strength athletics, the number probably goes up a little bit higher. They don't realize exactly how hard it is. And you'll see that a lot from time to time is, you'll have people, they'll get into it, they'll start lifting, and all of a sudden, you don't see them anymore. Maybe they got a pulled muscle or, some type of injury, or they didn't hit a PR, or, their progress stalled, or they got a new boyfriend or girlfriend, and, things just happen in their life that deter them from continuing on this journey, continuing on this process. And I think a big part of that comes down to, they really probably weren't that interested in it to begin with. I know a lot of people before social media got popular, they were into lifting because they grew up, idolizing Arnold, watching Bloodsport and Rocky, and the gym was just a part of their life from the very beginning, and it was a means to improvement, whether it was through sports or whether it was through, competition or anything that they did. They knew the gym was an outlet to get better and to improve. And I think that this newer crop of lifters that have come about because of social media and the popularity of powerlifting, a lot of them aren't ready to make that commitment. They talk a big game, and they say they are, and they say they want to be the best, and they say all the right things, and a year into it, everything's going well. The second year into it, things start to slow down, and then you'll notice that they go into, say they started with powerlifting, they'll go into Olympic lifting, or they'll go into the next sport over because powerlifting got too hard, and they just want it to be normal for a little bit, even though in their mind they're trying to chase this, become the best because their favorite lifter is the best, not knowing that their favorite lifter probably put 10 years into it before they became the best. But they follow them on social media, they get enamored with them, and they try to get to their status within the first year, and if it doesn't happen, or if adversity strikes them or something happens, they just quit and they move on, and they say, this is too much, it's too much discipline, too much time, I just want to be normal for a little bit, and I just want to relax and have fun. And that's all well and good, everyone's entitled to their own thing. But I think if you truly want to be the best in anything you do, there comes a point in time where you have to understand that some people just have to work harder than others, and hard work and discipline and consistency is what's going to take you to the top. It's not, I did it for a couple months and man, I was pretty good, and I'll just kind of relax and not focus on it too much right now. And that's a big problem I see time and time again.
So week 7, made it back to the gym, training. Squats going good, pulls are going really well. Doing a little traveling this week. Kaylee has a meet, so we're gonna drive about 4 hours south so she can compete. Kind of a little tune-up meet for the US Open, her first wrap meet. So just in the gym, training some back today. Training split, went back to kind of normal prep where it's gonna be squat on Monday, back on Tuesday, bench Wednesday, deadlift Thursday, and then bench on Saturday. 2 days off. Just really focusing on recovery and keeping everything healthy going into each training session, because they're going to get heavier and heavier. So just trying to stay in one piece. Going down, when we go down to travel, probably do a light deadlift day, just because driving 4 hours and then training, probably not ideal for a good pull. Get back from the meet, try to rest and recover as much as we can. long days tend to wear you out, so try to eat, not really worry too much about diet, just worry about getting calories in so that I don't lose weight. Typically I lose when I travel, so that's the plan for this week, and be 5 weeks out as of Saturday. So really looking forward to this week of training, getting some heavy squats in, shoulders feeling better, so bench is going to be improving, and pulls have felt better. I've never felt better, so I'm excited for this meet and put together a good total.
And not to go on too much of a tangent about it, but I feel like that time comes for everyone, and it's that breaking point of, hey, this really sucks, do I want to keep pushing through? Or, man, this really sucks, I'm just going to quit and do something else. And I think that's what separates a lot of great lifters from good lifters in anything, whether it be football, whether it be baseball, whether it be Olympic lifting. You know, you can't get to the point where you're following certain people and you want to be like them and do what they do, and you notice that, oh, they eat whatever they want and they party and they do all this stuff, and to break your heart, but they're just genetically better than you, and you just have to work a little bit harder to get to their level. And I promise you that their level is going to run out eventually if they don't put in the work, if they don't settle down. And you'll see that with some of these good lifters, the best in the world right now. You'll notice that their progression took a huge step forward once they decided enough's enough being stupid, enough playing these games. I'm going to get serious. I'm going to start taking my nutrition seriously. I'm going to start taking my recovery seriously, and I'm going to start taking this training a little more serious. And they develop a plan, they hire a coach, they do all the right things, and then all of a sudden you see all these huge numbers dropping. And that's not a coincidence. That's not something that just magically happened. That's because they decided to put in the work and put in the effort that they've been neglecting. And if you're not genetically gifted like them and you think you're going to be able to get away with it, I hate to break your heart, but you have to work a little bit harder. And that's just the reality of it. You can't just slide by and think that, man, this person does it this way, so I'm just going to copy them. Quit trying to be like other people. Just be yourself. Know your limitations, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and if you really, really enjoy this and love it, then don't just quit every time it gets hard. Don't just say, oh, I just need to take a break for a little bit. That point where you feel like you need to take a break, that's where you need to keep pushing, and that's when you'll get the respect and you'll get the gains that you're looking for.
So ending the week here of training, good week of training. Everything went pretty smooth. Had a little bit of some tightness in my groin after squats, doing some pause squats, so just kind of played it safe the rest of the week. Did some speed pulls, especially with traveling. Didn't really know what to expect. Just got back from the meet. Kaylee did well, not as good as she was hoping for. It was a tune-up meet for the US Open, so it's really kind of hard to gauge exactly where she was at. Just kind of want to see her strength, but she did win best overall lifter. She did improve her total a little bit, and she gained a lot of experience on the platform trying to battle through a bad meet, and she did really well. She ended 3 for 3 on deadlifts with a nice big deadlift PR, and I think that helped build a little bit more confidence going into the last 5 weeks of her training, in which we are 5 weeks out now. And everything is going well. Coaching is a whole different dynamic when it comes to being an individual athlete. I put way more stress and way more pressure on myself as a coach. And when I go to meets and I handle athletes and I'm picking their attempts, it really, really is tough. And I'm sure a lot of you coaches can relate to that. You definitely want your athletes to succeed just as badly as they want to, and you want them to succeed probably more so than you want yourself to. And you get really caught up in it, and you hope that the training cycle and everything that you've done leading up to the meet and your attempt selection is spot on for the day. And It's tough, but we had four athletes compete over the weekend with TM Nutrition. One did bench only in Canadian Nationals. She did well, took gold. Kaylee won best overall lifter. Also in that meet, I had Evangeline competing. She went 9 for 9, added 100 pounds to her total. Totaled 919 at 165. And then also Leah is a client from CSA, and she competed over the weekend and added 50 pounds to her 132 pound total. She competes in 132 and 148, but I'm pretty sure she's sticking with 132 for now. That way she can do both USAPL and other federations within that weight class. So it was a stressful week. Happy that it went well and that it's over, and that we're going to continue to build and go into off-season mode for some of these lifters, and Kaylee's getting right back into it. And you can go to her YouTube channel and check out how the meet went in her eyes, and check out her attempts and stuff. And I think she has a lot of positive things to build on. All of them do. And I'm really excited to see where they keep going and keep progressing. And like I said, we're 5 weeks out from the US Open. My training's going well. Kaylee should be ready to go. Just has to make weight at 114. And Doyle, well, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully things manifest themselves on the platform. That's all I can say with that one. I always appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you guys next week as we start getting into some heavy weights.